Hey everyone, it's Amanda here with your November 2019 RuneScope. Big announcement this month. As of mid-December, RuneScopes will be going on an indefinite hiatus. So, yeah, my full-time gig has just gotten to be a little too much to try to balance making the videos and private sessions and all of that stuff. So, yeah, there will not be any more videos starting in 2020, and I will also no longer be offering private sessions until after mid-December. So if you've always wanted to get a session with me and you never have, it's now or never. I'll do my best to accommodate everyone, but it is, you know, first come, first serve for the 30-minute Skype session. So drop me an email if you want to set those up. Get them before they're gone, get them while they're hot. I did want to let you know also next month, instead of a December RuneScope, I'll be posting your 2020 RuneScope. It'll be the same format, but I will just be looking at the full year instead of 1 month. So that at least you'll have that here on YouTube and you can refer back to it throughout 2020. This month's spiritual guidance will also be the final thing that I post over on my Vimeo channel. I am not going to renew that in February, so it will go away at February 2020. But again, all of that content will be outdated as of then. This will be the last thing posted over there. So just wanted to give you a heads up about that, so you won't be like, oh, you know, that my spiritual guidance from February 2017 went away. Yeah, all of that stuff will be gone. So just wanted to let you know about that. I think that's it. Yeah, this is just something I had to do. I have to kind of, you know, turn my attention to other things now. It's just time. So we'll talk about it a little bit more in the 2020 RuneScope next month. But this month, let's turn our focus to November. I will be using, in conjunction with our runes, the Golden Tarot by Cat Black. There are 2 videos. I think it's Scorpio and Cancer that I use the Oswald Worth Tarot, for those of you that are interested in that. But it was just too hard to shuffle because it's a brand new deck. So I've got to break this one in a little bit more because it was seriously like hurting my hands. So I had to switch. So if you notice that there's a different deck in those 2 readings, that's why. Then, as I said, be sure to join me for our last, at least for a while, hey, I never say never, but our last spiritual guidance reading from the Wisdom of the Oracle divination cards. This is by Colette Baron Reed. If you don't have time to learn the tarot, you know, don't want to learn how to read runes, but you need something to kind of check in and read for yourself, I highly recommend this deck. It is the best oracle deck I've ever used. It's not all airy-fairy rainbows and butterflies and that kind of BS. It's like it actually has like real world wisdom, practical advice for you. So if you are looking for stuff you can actually use and you want to read for yourself, but again, maybe don't have time to go into the study that it would take to learn the entire tarot system, then I highly recommend this deck if you just need a way to get some quick, concise, practical answers. So, and I'll try to remember to put a link to it below in the description box with everything else. But I think that covers it for now. But let's jump in and see what November holds for all of you. Hey Aquarians, get our runes cast for November 2019. Let's see what's going to be going on. Aquarius. November 2019. Well, they're being really picky, Aquarius. Which is good. It just takes a little bit longer. There it is. So as always, keep in mind, Aquarius, these are general readings. I'm talking to thousands of different people who identify in some way with the sign of Aquarius. So take the messages that apply to you and leave the rest for the other Aquarians, which hopefully it applies to. You can always check the video for your rising sign as well to get additional messages, information, clarification. If you would like something far more specific, you can schedule a session with me, and I can take a look at what's going on just with you. For now anyway, get them while they're hot. Once they're gone, they're gone. If you don't know what I'm talking about, be sure and go back and watch the intro. In general though, let's see. We're gonna start in the present, so end of October, going into early November-ish, we've got Temperance. So you're trying to maintain balance and patience in a stressful situation. It could be just conflict with people in your domestic living space, your kids, your husband, your wife, your family. We do have Mercury Retrograde in November, so that, you know, arguments and disagreements and general confusion can reign supreme. And we do have other indications that may be what's going on, and we'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, when we've got this rune in the reverse, it could be maybe specifically with children or with your mother or mother-in-law, because this is the rune of mother. It's also like just trying to be patient with your kids or with a younger energy. You're trying to yeah, kind of maintain your equilibrium, especially emotionally. So trying to just, you know, not go to extremes. But, I mean, people could be pushing your buttons, or maybe one person in particular could be pushing your buttons. You know, for somebody out there, it's coming up around like planning for, if you're in this States, planning for the holidays, Thanksgiving, you know, there could be like mother or mother-in-laws like getting on your nerves with plans for that, or trying to like, I don't know, tell you what to bring, or maybe you wanted to host it at your house and, you know, she's wanting to host it at her house. And so there could be this kind of, and you're trying to like, I'm just seeing you taking a lot of deep breaths in November, and I think that's a good way to approach it, Aquarius. If you feel yourself getting a little hot under the collar or starting to get a little frustrated, you know, detach. You're an air sign, so just detach from that emotion, that extreme, rather than giving into it, and do some deep breathing, maybe do some meditation, do some yoga, channel your energy into your workout, and try to find your center again. But Temperance is also a beautiful card. It's a major arcana. It's all about blessings, but also creating something out of two disparate things. So two things that don't normally go together. Somehow merging them together in a way that they create something wonderful, something new. So there's something you're trying to birth, create for some of you. And it could be that maybe just frustrations or people around the house are interrupting you, or just, you know, it could be frustrating at times, maybe particularly at the beginning of the month, to kind of get things done that you want to get done, or, you know, but yeah, just practice your deep breathing, Aquarians. What the challenge is, I was jumping ahead. We'll get to what must be accepted in a minute. Your challenge for the month, we've got the 8 of Cups. So there's a challenge to leave something behind, let something go, something especially emotionally, because this is a Cups card. We gonna have to let something go if we're gonna move forward. But it is coming up as your challenge. So there could be something you're wanting to hold on to. There could be someone you want to hold on to. We do have the Rune of Gifu coming up, so it could be a relationship, a marriage, a partner. It could, for some of you, we do have more financial runes down here, so perhaps it is, for some of you, a job that you are particularly, for whatever reason, emotionally attached to, or maybe not so emotionally attached to, but just afraid to leave for some reason. Maybe just the right offer hasn't come in to tempt you out of that. And you're waiting on that. You may be looking. Again, with Mercury retrograde though, not the best time to start a new job or make big changes, just because normally big changes that you make when Mercury's retrograde, you tend to have to go back and redo it, or it tends to fall through or not work out, or you can get locked into terms that are not favorable to you. So, you know, just keep all those caveats in mind, Aquarius. If you can put off signing until end of November, or even better, early December, or making a new start on some level, it would be wise. But yeah, there could be some sort of legality. Some of you could be like wanting to divorce, wanting to separate legally, you know, or finish. Maybe some of you are just looking to finalize a divorce that's been kind of hanging around. Now that's something that Mercury retrograde would be perfect for. So anything you're going back to, or that started previously, if you're going back to the past to finish something, Mercury retrograde is a good time for that, actually, because it's like a review. You're returning to something. Any of the RE words you can do. And it's a favorable time to do those things when Mercury's retrograde. So, but yeah, there could be just some disruptive influences going on around you, particularly when it comes to your home environment or a partnership. And your challenge is to either leave the situation, or maybe if there's been like an ongoing argument, something that keeps coming back up and we keep going around the same emotional ground, you know, your challenge could be to just let that go, maybe not hold a grudge, in the essence of moving forward, in the hopes of moving forward. The help that's going to be available to you. We've got the Queen of Coins. So this could be an earth sign person, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. This could be, I'm getting the sense that for some of you, this could be a sister, a friend, a daughter. It feels very like you're related, though, for a lot of you. And this is somebody that you're going to maybe while you're dealing with this other woman in the family, maybe mother-in-law or your mother, and so like you know, you contact your sister and can kind of vent about this. But yeah, this is somebody who could give you some very helpful advice, or kind of help you find your equilibrium again, right? Get back to that balance. I feel like this is somebody who, because the earth signs are usually, especially if it's like a Taurus or a Capricorn, they're very patient individuals. Virgo's not so much. They're ruled by Mercury, so they're more go, 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 go. But if you have a Taurus or a Capricorn female in particular, she could have some very practical advice, or just something she says could be very helpful for helping you remain patient, to not go to extremes, even though you may be tempted. So that's the second time this has come up. So, I mean, it's definitely going to be, I think, a temptation to kind of fly off the handle at somebody in November, Aquarius. But yeah, remember to do your breathing, do your yoga, do your meditation, your deep breaths. Call your Capricorn friend, call your Taurus friend, or, you know, just somebody with those traits. Somebody who's very patient, understanding. They're usually very wise. They've had a lot of life experience. They have a very practical approach to dealing with problems. They don't really live in the whimsical. They're very much about like how, you know, what's the problem? Let's figure out a way to solve it in ways that can actually be solved, right? So, but yeah, again, patience comes up. So there's something that you are trying very hard, and it's draining you. It's draining you. But this person's going to give you a brand new perspective and kind of help you through this, help you get through what you need to get through and get done what you need to get done. So, and for many of you, this could be like making a new start or making plans for a new start, either maybe as a single person or as at a new job. Maybe this is somebody that you're talking to about, you know, like finding a new job, or what would be the best way to go about it. Maybe it's somebody you used to work with, or a former boss. And the court cards, as I always mention, can be male or female. So, I mean, this could just as easily be a king of coins for some of you. So, again, with so many people, it's going to vary. So, But this does seem to be somebody that you probably talk to quite often, that you do call upon for advice, or at least vent to on a regular basis. So my indications here or feeling is that it's somebody that you're pretty close to. I feel like you feel like you are overwhelmed, Aquarius, in the month of November, but then someone else is just being lazy. Sorry about that, Aquarius. I was talking about Mercury Retrograde, and I'm recording this during the shadow, and lo and behold, the batteries I just changed, inexplicably died. So, okay, that's awesome. Anyway, back to what we were talking about. Yeah, you're feeling like someone is lazy while you're just going, and you're like, and you're getting frustrated with that. And maybe to the point where you're like, you know what, get out. I'm over you. Some of you may be serious and some of you may not be. I think it's going to be different again. The level of severity will vary from Aquarius to Aquarius. What must be accepted? We've got the Seven of Cups. So yeah, that confusion that we were talking about, or just feeling overwhelmed. Some of you, it could have to do with travel. So maybe, yeah, these travel plans, and that's what's frustrating you with this person, or, do we have enough money? I think you do, but you may be kind of considering using that as an excuse. Well, I don't think we may not be able to make it this year. Or someone else could be concerned about that. Maybe your partner, or, might be concerned about the bank account if you have to fly and travel for Thanksgiving. But there's some new influence that's going to be there that you're actually going to get along with quite well. So if you're a single Aquarius, another way I'm kind of feeling this working is that maybe somebody invites a single friend to Thanksgiving, and I don't know that they're trying to set you up. I'm not seeing that specifically, but it very well could be. For some of you, maybe this woman is trying to talk you into it. Like, I'm inviting this person. I want you to meet. And so maybe your mom or your mother-in-law is inviting someone to Thanksgiving dinner, but maybe they get it right. Because your challenge could be that for some of you is not that you have to leave something behind, but that, you got to leave to go home after the dinner, and you want to stay and kind of get to know this person better because you got, you're feeling like somebody got it right, or you're feeling like you're a match here. Because there's a new influence coming in. So even if you're going to the same place you've gone every year for the holidays, there's going to be a new influence. And even if you're just, you're not traveling for the holidays, but doing, traveling for work, or going someplace, traveling to a location, maybe even for vacation, that you've gone to over and over, there's still going to be something new about it, a new influence or a new person you're going to meet. So for you single Aquarians, this could be somebody who is quite dreamy. The Seven of Cups is about fantasy and idealism. And, the caveat is, though, eventually you're going to see the flaws, right? So try not to get too carried away by flights of fancy. But, get carried away enough to enjoy it here, Aquarius, if that's the way this is working out. And also with the Seven of Cups, again, there's this maybe confusion and feeling overwhelmed, but you're, just take it day by day. Again, you can only do what you can do in the moment. You can only do what you can do in a day. Whatever you don't get to today, you'll get to tomorrow. And if you're trying to delegate and somebody's not doing it, or maybe they're just not doing it to your standards, Aquarius, that's okay. You'll get around to it. But yeah, that may be where this, I can't believe you kids can't clean up your room or pack your own clothes or get your things ready to go to grandma's. It's stuff like that. Just little frustrations. And so use your tools. But yeah, there seems to be something really interesting happening towards the end of the month when it comes to a new influence. A new person that you're meeting while you're traveling, regardless of the reason. So And this is somebody who is a very, they're a good influence on your life. So again, yeah, don't get carried away by fancy. Everybody's got their flaws. But at the same time, it does seem like this is somebody who is, you know, bringing good things into your life rather than bad. The outcome of the month, we've got the Two of Swords. So this is about, you know, there's a block at the end of the month, or you're being guarded. So it's either like you feel blocked in some direction, or you know, and again, this could just be that Mercury retrograde energy still kind of being pervasive at the end of the month. Don't worry. By the time we get to the end of November, we'll be getting ready to come out of that fog. December should be smoother sailing when it comes to contracts and negotiations and computers and electronics and all that stuff that Mercury rules. So yeah, this is a temporary thing. The 2 is a 2, right? It's not a 10. So yeah, just a minor maybe hiccup or hitch in the plot, in the plans. But I really feel like for most of you, this is you kind of being guarded and guarding your heart, really not jumping in with 2 feet, because we got a lot. I'm not seeing reckless abandon here. I am seeing caution. So I'm seeing you cautiously. You want to proceed cautiously, and by the time you get to the end of the month, you're trying to figure out how best to do that in a certain sense. And this could just be like, you travel and you're with your family, if and you are trying to proceed with caution, the minefield that is Thanksgiving dinner, and not starting any arguments, or, doing your best to have patience, right? Maintain your equilibrium with people that may make it really difficult for you to maintain your equilibrium. And, maybe some of them do that purposely. Yeah, just think of how satisfying it'll be for them not to get your goat, right? Hang out with this earth sign person, And hey, if this is a friend, maybe invite your earth sign friend with you. Just be like, I need you to come to Thanksgiving with me, I mean, granted, they probably have their own Thanksgiving to go to, but yeah. If at all possible, maybe they would go with you. Or you can text or call them to tell them they got to be on call. You might need them. So yeah, you finish the month just kind of being guarded, kind of like a wait and see mode. I got to wait and see where this is going. I need more information before I can choose a side of the fence here as far as which direction to go and what I want to do. And so yeah, however you start the month out, it seems by the end of the month, even if you're feeling pretty sure of a direction, by the end of the month, you may not be so sure. So I think that's why Temperance is right here, smack dab in the middle of your reading, Aquarius. It's just saying, hey, wait and see, because, things can change, especially in this astrological atmosphere, regarding your plans and what you want. Your goals could shift. Your ideas could shift. So, yeah, hang in there till the end of the month, Aquarius, and maybe save the big moves for December. But let's jump over to Vimeo. I'm going to shuffle the Wisdom of the Oracle deck for our final spiritual guidance. Maybe ever. Again, watch the intro if you haven't yet. But that link is below. We'll see what further wisdom this beautiful deck has for you for how to handle the energies of November. I'll see you over there, and we'll talk again next month, Aquarius. Thanks for watching.